Okay, I think we're really about to start very, very soon. And we just gotta get these slides organized. Hopefully, it'll be ready. Sorry, guys, there's a bit of technical issues, so just resolving that in the background. But we're nearly there. Alrighty. Okay. Let, let us begin. Welcome to Executive Warrior Academy. My name is Stephen Koh. I'm a head coach here at Executive Warrior Academy. So today we're going live. This is the second video about biohacking your sleep to get the most rejuvenating sleep ever. And feeling motivated, feeling energized, waking up, ready to conquer the day, right? That's what you're here for. Now, we had our first session, which is an introductory, right? It's an introduction to the overview of what this is all about. So if you haven't seen it, I'm going to take that video down in the next 24 hours. Go back and see the first video, and that'll give you the whole gist about the 7 plays we've been covering over the coming days. Today is going to be the first play, right? It's about hacking your circadian rhythm. But before that, I had a big night out, so my throat is a little bit croaky, and here's a magical drink. First tip I want to share with you. Now, now before I tell you what it is, this is an interesting drink, because this drink is going to help you sleep better or feel better when you wake up, especially if you've got a little bit of fatigue or brain fog, right? So if you got and a lot of us who are interested in hacking our sleep probably are already doing a lot of healthy things for us, right? For example, maybe you eat a lot of vegetable, you eat a very clean diet, you don't eat KFC, you don't eat McDonald's. For those of you who don't know, I live in Australia, I grew up here, so we call it Macca's. Okay, so this drink is really helpful for people like us, right? Who are health conscious, because chances are, if you have a very clean diet, you probably don't have enough salt. And then you might go, oh, I thought salt is bad, salt is bad. No, nothing is, it's the quantity that makes it bad, right? Especially things like salt. It's an essential mineral. If you don't have it, you could live a terrible life. You could even die. So salt is so precious. It's worth more than gold once upon a time. That's how precious that is. That's how much people needed it. So when you have water, when you've woke up and you feel like a bit of brain fog and groggy, you might want to try this drink, right? So this drink is so simple. It's really just water, a dash of Himalayan sea salt, which is not just sodium. It's got potassium. It's got other minerals, trace minerals that's going to help you feel energized, revitalized, and then you put a dash of apple cider vinegar. Now, apple cider vinegar are very rich in acetic acid. It's also very good for your blood sugar regulation. So, the acetic acid is a form of like a ketone precursor, and ketones, when your body uses that to make ketones, especially if you're fasting, it's going to make you feel more focused. It's going to increase mental clarity, and the fact that it's actually good for blood sugar regulation, it means that you don't get the peak and troughs. Your blood sugar is more even, which is a good thing. So if you have a clean diet, but you wake up and you're feeling a little bit groggy, right, you might want to make yourself a drink. Just water. So I suggest, and this is I recommend, warm water, not cold water, because it's just like you go in a cold shower, your body seizes up. You put really cold stuff into your stomach, it does that, right? It seizes up, which is not a good thing. Warm water, dash of salt, apple cider vinegar, and enjoy and see how it goes. Let me know, right? Cheers. I'm going to take a sip now because I'm thirsty. Okay. All right. So what are we here to talk about? Let me just bring on the slides. All right. No, not that slide. Okay. I think I can see this now. All right. Here we go. How we can use light and darkness to program your brain for quality sleep. It's all about your circadian rhythm. Okay, today, what you're going to discover, you're going to discover quite a number of things. Well, your body has a body clock. Why is that important for sleep? You're going to uncover the problem of light and darkness in today's modern world. It's a real issue today for people, for human beings living in a modern life with a business to run, with people to manage. It's a real challenge managing light and dark. We want to take advantage of darkness and light to reprogram your brain for energy and rest. And we're going to take some action. Remember I said about the mindset earlier in first module. It's important for you to get value out of this session, this series of sessions, and for you to really to transform your sleep. You need to take actions every day. You need to put this into action, and that action might not be necessarily implementing the instruction, but even just talking about it, sharing with your family, your friends, have a group of community do this together, right? Go through the 7 plays together, and that's how you can transform. That's how you can get value out of these sessions. So you're not wasting your time, because I would hate that. Okay, I'm going back to the slide. We're going to get started to the real content. Okay, here we go. Okay, so today, now, first, your body has a clock. Why does that impact sleep, right? Why does body clock? Well, I think it intuitively makes sense. And you might think this is a modern science thing that we discovered that we have a body clock, but it's actually not very modern. We've known about body clocks in biology since 1751. In 1751, Swedish botanist and naturalist Carl, I cannot pronounce his name, right? Linnaeus. Okay, he designed a flower clock using certain species of flowering plants. By arranging them in a specific pattern, in a circular pattern, he designed a clock that indicated the time of the day by the flower that were open for each given hour. Incredible, right? Imagine seeing a garden like that. For example, amongst the number of the daisy family, he used the hawk's barred plant, which opened its flower at 6:30 a.m., and the hawkbit, which did not open its flowers until 7 a.m. So biology following a clock, it's actually not new. But in fact, it's actually really, really old, right? It's even older than 1751. So in the ancient China, as far as 1340s, the Chinese noticed the flow of energy flowing not just a clock, but also season. And this is documented in a medical book called Hua Shao. This is a particular image from that book which shows the meridians and the pressure points. And this is ancient. So we know that this is not new. Okay, so we do know there's a body clock, but what modern science is more kind of, we rediscovered what we already knew, right? In the 1960s, we discovered not only the body clock follow clock rhythm, but in fact, every single cell in your body has an internal clock that indicate when what it should be doing based on the time of the day. Right? Isn't that incredible? One key discovery is that the light and darkness is a powerful controller of your body's rhythm. So we know that. So what's the problem? Our modern life. This is what our day look like these days. Okay, during the day, we don't get much sun. We wear hats. We put on sunscreen if we do even go out. Okay, that is the modern life. We spend more time in the office than in sunlight, which is what our normal source of light comes from. During the night, you have bright lights, very bright lights, right? From your screen, every single device that you have, your phone, the computer, the TV, all shining bright side at your face. And overhead, you've got this, LED shining heavy blue light down on our faces, and that is night. It's the exact opposite of what we normally have back in the day. So this is a problem because your body is going, what? I'm using these things as signals to program how I function. But then the signals are all wrong. I'm getting the wrong signal. I thought like nighttime was supposed to be sleeping. But what was signal we're saying? We're sending light, right? We're sending more light. Your body thinks it's bright daylight, it's midday. That's not sleep well. That is a reason. So we can take advantage of this light and dark and reprogram your brain. Right? Now that you understand the mechanism, remember biohacking is about understanding your body. It's about like your body doesn't come with a user manual. Well, here I'm giving you essentially a user manual. Your body reacts to light and dark and uses that as signals to tell every cell in your body what it's supposed to be doing, when it should be energized, when it should go to rest. Yeah? So now that you understand this, we can start to do something about this. Okay, let's take advantage of this to reprogram our brain for sleep and energy. Okay, this is our day look like. During the day, this is what I highly recommend. And this is being talked about. I mean, more recently, Andrew Huberman's show, he talks about his sleep protocol. But this is something that I've been teaching for over probably 8 years now. During the first hour, within the first hour of waking, get some sun. Okay? Now, caveat, don't get sunburned. I'm not saying get sunburned, but you do need sun. Sunburn increases your chance of skin cancer. Everybody knows that. I hope you do know. But you do need sun. And if you put on sunscreen, you basically negate the sun's effect on your body in terms of being able to transform your vitamin D into the activated form, right? So we know sunlight gives you vitamin D, and we need the ultraviolet to transform it into the active form as well. So even if you do take a supplement, and this is a key reason because we're so afraid of sun, that's actually majority of Western population are actually vitamin D deficient. We go out, we put on sunglasses, we put on a hat, we put on sunscreen every single time, no matter what time of the day. And this is something good when done in excess. Is actually undermining your performance. And that's knowing about your body, right? Your body, your skin do need a sun, healthy dose of sun, not a lot. It doesn't need a lot. Do not get sunburned. I repeat, do not get sunburned. So don't put on your sunscreen. Expose as much skin as possible. Don't put on your glasses because your eyes is an extension of your brain. The retina is literally a part of your central nervous system. It's part of your brain, right? That light entering your eyes is not just for your eyes to see, it's also for your brain to see that it's daylight. And first out during the day, get some sun. You don't need even 5 minutes is better than nothing. Now, if you're like me, sometimes you're just so busy that you just gotta go straight into the office. Well, I'm kind of in a recording studio. This is the first thing I'm doing. So my first thing, I couldn't get sun, but I do have pretty bright fluorescent kind of light, which is heavy in the blue spectrum. That's the thing to keep in your mind. Generally, midday sun is very heavy in blue, and morning sun tend to be reddish, and afternoon and sunset tend to be reddish, right? So that is a rhythm that you should get. Now, if you cannot get real sun, you can get a sun lamp, right? Get a sun lamp to simulate the colors of the spectrum and the brightness, right? In the morning, you want bright light in your eyes to program your brain, not staring into it, but you just want to have that bright light around, and that will help you program your body to energize. And you think that's just for waking up. No, no, no. That is also for sleep, okay? Which is the clock bit. It's not just time to wake up. You literally set off a timer. It's like around 12 hours, 15 hours timer. The first exposure to your bright light kicks off this timer for which your body starts tick, 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 tick. And when the time goes up, guess what happens? Your body will start to say, time to sleep. It's been 12 hours since I got exposure to this big blue bright light thing called the sun, and that's time to shut down. So literally, that's how you, and I'm giving you, this is your body's user manual, right? This is something that your body don't come with. This is what the scientist has discovered. This is how your body works. Amazing. It has this timer, right? So when you set off this timer, you're literally programming your rest at the evening. Very, very, very important. So this is a playbook, so it's not meant to go into in-depth theory. I want to keep it on actionable plays, but I thought that was important for me to share that with you, because I want to give you everything, right? I want to share all the theory, all the science behind these recommendations. So let's get back to the slide. So get as much sun. That's basically that's it. Get sun. If you can't get sun, try a sun lamp, which you can program. But one thing to keep in mind, and also I share this with my clients, the angle of the light matter, right? So midday sun is overhead, right? Morning sun and evening sun tend to be lower in the angle. Okay, so this is something that you can buy light that do change the angle. So for example, True Dark or True Light, they make a lamp that actually literally can program as per your circadian rhythm requirement. So check them out. True Light. I don't make many money recommending them. My mentor Dave Asprey started when he started the biohacking movement all those years ago. He launched his company out of necessity, because no one is making lights or glasses that at the time that when he started the company, he's not making anything like at the day. So he created this company. So True, as in TRULIGHT, light. They make a light very similar, so you might want to look into that. Okay, right, going on. Okay, make sure your office is brightly lit, and again, get as much natural sunlight. If you can go and expose to some midday sun, again, do not get sunburned. Okay, now if it's not too bright, you probably don't need sunglasses, right? Just make sure that it's comfortable for your eyes, it's not painful, it's not creating issues, and don't be out in the midday sun too long. Just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and depending on how sensitive your skin is, right, this is the time where you have to be a little bit careful. Do not get burned. But midday sun is a powerful, another signal, right? He's sending another signal. You're reinforcing, I gave you the morning sun. I'm giving you the midday sun. Okay, you're reinforcing the signal. So make sure that you have that during the day, and stay in a window. I talk about solar lamp. You can get infrared light. You want to have a broad spectrum of light. Infrared, you can't see it. It's still light. Your body can sense it as heat. So So get this. I've talked enough. In the evening now. Evening. How do we program our evening? I think you can get what I'm going with this. I've already explained the science behind it. Okay. So in the evening, what do? You're gonna dim the lights, right, as much as possible. That is gonna create a condition for rest. Right, when you dim the light, that's how you're gonna create a condition for rest, and that is reinforcement. Right, get some fog lamp, change the angle, replace that with red color LEDs, because remember, sunset is reddish. Your body likes red, and red is lacking the blue. Your eyes is very sensitive to blue, as blue spectrum of the light as a signal for energized. That's not what you want in the evening. Okay, so replace with red LEDs, not blue. Have red color, as much red as you're comfortable with the mood. It might look a little bit dodgy. We call it dodgy as in sus. I think in the US you guys call it sus. Suspicious to have all these red lights everywhere. But who cares what people think, right? You have the best sleep ever in the evening. So use candles. Very, very romantic. Very good kind of very good mood setters. And now, I've already talked a little bit about True Dark, and this is something that I can show you quickly. These glasses, okay? This is make me look like Cyclops, or X-Men. Now, when I put this on, literally within 30 minutes, I start to feel really, really drowsy. Okay, so it's a really good way for creating a sleepy condition. But what that does is block out all colors of blue. It's a proprietary lens, so even if I've got any blue light, every blue light, it just looks orange, right? It's really fascinating that, but that's something that you can do in the evening. Start to prepare your body for rest and for sleep, right? Try to block out all lights, right? Block out all street lamp. You might want to tape it up with some black. That's the cheapest way. Black plastic bag, or get those light filtering curtains, making sure it's nice and thick and blocks out all night. If you need to put on eye mask, right? Those are all helpful for turning out your light, and that will program your body for sleep. Do not read your phone, watch TV before that, because those are all very heavy blue. You can overcome some of that with the glasses, but the shows themselves, the content, can also be stimulating enough to impact your sleep. But something for you to train. This is what I say to my clients, is when they have a habit of going to sleep watching TV, it's hard for them to imagine not having it, even though it's impacting their sleep. But that's just how they sleep, right? That's habit change. We got to train people. When I talk about mindset, I'm telling you, darkness and quiet, no TV, no devices, put that away. It's going to help you create the best quality sleep ever. But your reaction might be, Steve, I can't sleep without watching TV. Well, that's today. And that's what I'm asking you to put aside, right? Just for now. You're going to have to, if you need support, you in the community, you might want to join part of my tribe, and we can talk about that. But it's something that you need to go through, because it takes if you've got something that you're dependent on, even that's harming you, you know that those lights are not good for you, right? The science is very clear. But then you use that to fall asleep, and some people use alcohol. For you to take that out, That's transformation. That's for you to learning a new way of getting to sleep without those things, and that requires a period of letting go and transitioning, okay, across. And that is all I've got to say about the habits. But this is something that is very important for you to have this quality sleep. You need the darkness. Right? Cover up any appliance. If you've got any appliance with any lights, cover them up with little electrical tape. You can use that. You can get True Dark, my mentor's company. They make some proprietary stickers that's kind of better looking, but I find electrical tape work just as well. So we are nearly there for today, because I want to make this actionable and also interesting, and also keep the place going. I don't want to talk too much, bore you with too much science and theory, because I'm a nerd. I can't help myself, and this is how I got. This is part of my transformation, to talk less about theory. So let's talk about action. Let's take out some action. What can you do? Okay, now highly recommend to go and install some kind of sleep monitoring app. Right? If you don't have an iWatch, you don't have a Garmin. That's you can download the app for free. Even if you buy the ad-free version of these app, they're like a few bucks. Okay, so it's well worth investing your sleep in some of this. That'll give you some measures. They're not accurate. They're very inaccurate, but it give you an established trend. Okay, so that is an important action to take, so that you can get some feedback about what you're doing in terms of these hacks. So go and tell your friends, your family, what you're looking to do. What did you learn about light exposure, about darkness, and start to implement that, right? Darken your evening, lighting up your day. That's the takeaway. Darken your evening, lighten up your day. That's all you have to remember. Share what you learn about this and try it. If you try it once, it's probably not going to make a big difference. But if you try it, because it takes time to transition, your body takes days, right? We know it takes a transition period, especially if you've been sleeping poorly. But this is one of the key foundations that if you don't do this well, nothing else really is going to sustain itself. Now, yeah, so we talk about updating, getting the app, and you can update your tracker, the worksheet that I shared with you in session 1. All right, that is really it. Quick, short, sweet, half an hour. And I just noticed I forgot to press record. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to do session 2 again. Okay. All right, that's all right. So this is stream live, and you're gonna see this. But I was actually doing this as part of content for my membership group. I'm supposed to have this recorded, but I didn't. Oh well, it's for your benefit. Next session, I'm going to do a encore of session 2 again. And if you want to if you got any questions that you haven't posted, just put it in the chat. I'll answer them all. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's session 2 of Biohacking Your Sleep. And I'll be doing another encore because the recording failed. But that's life, right? Okay. Take care. Have a great day.